Hello crafters, Michelle here. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so happy you found me. I have a Christmas DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you another method for making a ribbon wreath. I really do like these wreaths because you can choose any ribbon style that you have and put it to good use, making a beautiful wreath. This technique can also be used for any holiday or season just by changing up what ribbons you use. Let me show you how to make it. For today's project, you're going to need a 14-inch wire wreath form. I picked this up from Dollar Tree. This one happens to be silver, but you can use whatever color you can find. You're also going to need several rolls of ribbon. Now these two ribbon I did pick up this year at Dollar Tree. I think they're both very pretty. This one is 2.5 inches at 9 feet, and it's that solid gold. This is so pretty on a wreath. It has that really soft shimmer of gold. I like this ribbon. And then I also really like the print on this one. Red background, red poinsettia, a really nice neutral line out there of the poinsettia, and it has just a little bit of trim of gold, and it also is trimmed here on the side with gold. But I really do like those. And then these two I believe I picked up a year or two ago at Dollar General, and these both have a burlap background. I like them because they both have pretty much the same color tones. The burlap background, the red print. This one has a little bit more gold, this one has a little bit more shimmery red, and they both have that little bit of green. I thought all four of these ribbons would go very pretty. They are all 2.5 inches at 9 feet, and I do have 2 rolls of each. You're also going to need a package of the zip ties, and these come $60 to a package from Dollar Tree. I have all my ribbon open and ready to go. I have some zip ties out. Now, if you don't like to use zip ties, I normally am not a big zip tie person, but for this method, I'm going to use zip ties. You can also use pipe cleaners or chenille stems, whichever you prefer. So I have one of each of the rolls, and I have them layered here. You just want to take your end and scrunch it together. And then we're going to start by attaching it here to the crossbar. And I'm going to attach it here to the second wire. Just grab your zip tie, kind of get that started. Sometimes these are hard for me to get going. Aha! Get your little end in there and tighten that down. Pull that to the back. You want your mess into the back. Just get it nice and secure. You don't want that to come loose. And then trim off any excess. So I have everything nice and attached. It's not going to go anywhere. And now I'm just going to grab my ribbon. I'm going to measure at about 6 inches, maybe a little bit more. Come up, do a scrunch. Grab another zip tie on that same wire. I'm going to zip tie it down right where I had it pinched. Again, before you tighten it all the way down, pull the mess to the bottom. There you go. Get it nice and snug and slide over. So pull nice and snug. have my first 2 loops on. And now my next one, since I measured my first one, now I'm just going to match up the rest of them to my first and then the next one. I want them to be relatively the same size. Pinch. Now I have my first 4 rolls on, and I've gone a little bit further than halfway around the wreath, which makes me happy. You want to make sure to go all the way to the very end of the first set of ribbons. Now I'm going to start my second set of ribbons and continue. Now what I found works best as far as placement is I have 4 attached in each section. That 5th loop is the bridge between the 2 sections. Okay, so in each section you should have 4 ties, and then that 5th loop will go between the 2, and then you'll have 4 and then another. That way you have just the right amount of ribbon. So to recap, on your first loop you want to measure your ribbon at about 6.5 inches and attach, and then use that first loop to measure as you go, and just pull the next loop up next to it and continue to go all the way around. I'm going to finish adding my loops, and then I'll come back and show you how to open those up and get a nice full wreath. I have all my little ribbon bundles on. I'm really happy. Now I have quite a bit of ribbon left here, so I'm going to add a little bit of a bigger bow. Now I'm not going to cut this. Just going to pull it out nice and smooth. Now I want to leave some tails here, so I don't need them to be too long, so that's kind of where I want my tails here. So I'm going to pinch it there. And then here, where I last attached, I'm going to take this down here and pull that large loop all the way up. That's going to be my center. So I'm going to pinch it there. Okay. Then you take your tail end, put it down, and then you take your center end and you put it down. And then you zip tie that down. Okay, so let me do that one more time. I have the tail. This is what's left. Come down, figure out how long you want your tails. I don't want them very long. Pinch. Those are my tails. I still have a long piece. Take where I pinched for my tails and come right here to where you attached it last. Place it there so you can get your measurement. Pull that large loop all the way up so you can find the center. And then you take that center and you pinch. So you're holding 2 pinches. Your tails go down first, and then the center, which is the center of your bow. And zip tie that down. Make sure to pull that zip tie to the back so that little nub is in the back of your wreath. Okay. Here on my tails, each of my tails are a different length. That's okay. I'm just going to dovetail each of the ends. I don't want to take too much off, but I do want to clean them up. Now I'm just going to go through and open up my loops. You just need to separate each of them. Just pull your loops into different areas so that not all the same colors are all on the same side. You want to get a nice mix as you open up your loops. I've gone in and opened up all my loops. I have my tails trimmed, and now I'm going to open up the bow that I made. I just kind of pulled it out of the way while I opened up my loops. I have everything poofed out and arranged. I'm really happy with that. I have my bow open. I have all my little tails. I think that looks really pretty. Now I did run into one issue of all of my little bundles here kind of rolling to the outside. So to correct that, I had to push everything in and then run a little bit of glue so it wouldn't roll to the outside. So if you're going to use the zip ties, I would, instead of do the third rim, I'd go to the second one, the one in from the center. That way if it rolls, it'll roll to the center and it will look okay. Or make it easy on yourself and just use pipe cleaners. And you would do it like you would do a poof method, attach it to the ribbon and then attach it to the two bars in the center. And then you won't have any issues of it rolling. But I did want to try something new. I know a lot of people like to use these zip ties. But I'm happy now. Everything is sitting the way that I like it. You can't see the wire frame in the center. And I like my bow, but I want to add a little something right here to make that the focal point. So I just cut 2 pieces of poinsettia, and this has just a little bit of gold here in the center, and a couple of the petals have trimmed in gold. Now I left the green leaves on because I want to pull out a little bit of the green. And then I also have one little stem of some berries. And then I just want to kind of glue these into the center here of my bow. I kind of draw your attention and make that my focal point. And here you go. We are all done. I'm really happy with the end result. I think it came out absolutely beautiful. I really do love the combination of all 4 of my ribbon choices. I think they all go together really nicely. And I absolutely love my little final touch here of these red velvet poinsettias, a little bit of greenery and some berries. I think that was the perfect final addition to finish off my ribbon wreath. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. It lets YouTube know that I have content that's worth watching, and then they share it with more people and my channel grows. Thanks again for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. You have a great day, and I'll see you next time.